Language of Research, Campaigns, and Advocacies. Welcome to my class and welcome to my channel. Today, we are to discuss Language of Research, Campaigns, and Advocacies from our Pivot 4A Learner's Material, Quarter 2, English Grade 10. I am Dr. Jan-Ann-Rey, your subject teacher, and I hope you prepared the following materials: notebook, paper, pen, and of course, our Pivot 4A Learner's Material, Quarter 2, English Grade 10. Our learning objective: gain a clear understanding of the language of persuasion and different language features employed when writing in these fields of interest. Language of Research, Campaigns, and Advocacies. Language plays an essential role in our lives, more than just serving as a way for us to communicate with one another. Language also enables us to inform, entertain, influence, and persuade others. This is usually the case when we engage in various fields of interest, like doing research work, campaigning for a specific cause, and supporting an advocacy. While the said fields differ at some extent, one common aspect that can be observed among them is the use of a common language. Research makes use of a formal, academic, and persuasive language to communicate discussions and present corresponding findings for variables studied. Language greatly matters in research as it enables the researcher to effectively communicate valuable results to his or her target readers. The readers, meanwhile, will be able to trust and make use of these facts and findings depending on how clearly the researcher explains them in a particular language. In the case of research studies, the language a researcher uses also adds up to how reliable and convincing the research findings can be. For some, understanding the language of research can also mean becoming familiar and acquainted with terminologies, usually associated with conducting research studies. These terminologies include theories, concepts, variables, hypotheses, and samples. It is also vital to understand that research works always make use of academic and persuasive language, since the results and findings obtained from these investigative endeavors contribute to and become part of the existing body of knowledge. On the other hand, campaign and advocacy are two closely related concepts, usually seen in the form of speeches, print-based materials, songs, video clips, and informational advertisements, among others. A campaign, usually social or political in nature, is technically defined as a planned set of activities that people carry out to attain a certain goal or objective. A campaign speech basically is a well-planned speaking activity that aims to excite, persuade, and motivate listeners, convincing them to adhere to the speaker's ideas. Convincing the listeners can be achieved by employing strong and emphasized persuasive language, leaving them with good and impressive points that they can remember. An advocacy, meanwhile, refers to activities that argue, plead, support, or favor a certain cause. Various causes for advocacy usually aim to influence decision making, especially with issues involving social, political, environmental, and economic perspectives. While advocacy may be similar with the campaign in some points, advocacy speeches present strong points that may either support or contradict existing policies and legal mandates on specific topics or issues. Simply put, the element of persuasion is the common factor one may observe in the language used in research, campaigns, and advocacies, while each one differs when it comes to degree of formality and use of subject-specific terminologies, how each resort to the use of persuasion as a technique is always notable. Here are some of the language features or language devices usually employed in persuasive writing. Number 1. Emotive language. Number 2. Modal verbs. Number 3. Involving the reader. Number 4. Rhetorical questions. Number 5. Using evidence. Number 6. Repetition. Number 7. Adjectives and adverbs. Number 8. Association. Number 9. Bandwagon. Number 10. Experts. Number 1 is emotive language. This involves the use of words that evoke emotions and make people feel a certain way. Through the use of words that appeal to the emotion, the writer can sound more convincing. This is a commonly used technique when writing headlines in newspapers or delivering speeches. Number 2. Modal verbs. The use of words that express modality or how likely something is going to happen helps adjust the level of certainty of events to suit arguments. When carefully chosen, these words may, might, will, must, shall, can, could, would, ought to help improve the quality of persuasive writing. Number 3. Involving the reader. This is done through the use of personal pronouns like you, your, we, our, and indicative words like together. Using these words establishes a connection between the author and the reader. This way, the issue is made personal and more important to the reader. Number 4. Rhetorical questions. These are questions that are not supposed to be answered. Instead, they are asked for effect, to illustrate a point, or let the reader think. The use of questions that sometimes state the obvious can convince the reader to agree on the points being presented. Number 5. Using evidence. This involves the use of facts, figures, or quotes from experts to highlight the writer's authority and make the arguments presented more convincing. Number 6. Repetition. This technique involves repeating keywords, phrases, or ideas to appeal to the readers. Number 7. Adjectives and adverbs. Using carefully selected adjectives and adverbs makes it possible for the writer to influence how the readers feel. Number 8. Association. This technique tries to link an object or an idea with something already liked or desired by the target audience, such as wealth, success, pleasure, and security. Number 9. Bandwagon. Commonly used in advertisements, this persuasion technique makes the audience believe the idea that everyone is doing it or that everyone likes something. Number 10. Experts. This means relying on expert advice from trusted people like doctors, scientists, and other professionals for things that the audience do not know. The idea that these experts are risking their credibility to support an object or idea makes the persuasion more effective. These are just some of the many techniques used in persuasion. It is important to understand that different techniques work for different purposes. Our reference, Pivot for a Learner's Material, Quarter 2, First Edition, 2020. If you have questions, kindly utilize our comment section. Handang isip, handa bukas. Sama-sama sa pagsulong ng edukalidad. I am Miss Jan-Ann-Rey and please subscribe to our channel because next time I will be uploading again our topic in English 10. Thank you. Stay safe. Stay strong. Bye-bye.